This is Michael Wilson. We're looking at the issue of homelessness, and there's a California city that has nearly eliminated their homeless population, but they're doing it in a combination of strategies and tactics. They particularly implemented what they call a zero tolerance policy on encampments. Now, California cities, and this is a shame, have battled with the homeless crisis for years. They've been throwing billions of dollars at the spiraling tragedy to help those who are in dire need of housing. And this is it's a real problem. Of course, we have issues of drug addiction. We have issues of mental illness. There's a lot going on here, and it's pretty complicated. But one city has defied the odds. They're reporting the lowest homeless population in the state. That's pretty remarkable. So the city of Coronado is right outside of San Diego, and the mayor there, Richard Bailey, said that there are no vagrants in the city at all. And he's described how that has been reinforced with a no encampment policy while still upholding the rule of law. So he says, and this is a quote, the policies that are in place at the regional and statewide level that are tolerating this type of behavior is one that is personally destructive and also destructive to the surrounding communities that are really enabling the situation to increase throughout the entire state and the entire region. So changing these policies will actually have a major impact, he says. He explains that the city works with the police department and a homeless service provider to give the homeless only one option: get the help they need. Now, I guess, when you're looking at a zero sum game like that, that's an interesting choice. So Coronado funds what they say are reasonable services to help the struggling get back on their feet. But the city also has a no tolerance policy for violating municipal codes. So if you're living in a tent out on the sidewalk, they're going to deal with it. So they make it very clear that they they don't tolerate encampments along their sidewalks. Bailey said, we don't tolerate other code violations such as being drunk in public or urinating in public or defecating in public. He says, we just simply don't tolerate these basic code violations. So what ends up happening is either the person chooses to get help or they end up leaving. Help, leave, but you can't violate the law. So that's an interesting approach. It would be useful to see if other municipalities took that same approach. Would they begin to have some consistent results of essentially no homelessness in an area? Now, Coronado is a small place. It's an island right off of the coast of San Diego there. So it may not be exactly the model, but it certainly is a model that I think would deserve support of many in this country, which is, we understand you're homeless, we're going to give you help, but you can't camp out on our sidewalks and do these other things.